Many see me as the most positive man in the Arknights community. Now, those people may be exceptionally delusional, but I'm sure they exist. Now, gentlemen, and the small percentage of my audience that are instead gentle ladies, I see you. What if we tried to bring that positivity to things we don't like? I made my 10 worst, and if we're honest, it's actually a 10 least favorite characters list, a while ago, and wanted to revisit it. This time with a twist. For the characters who at least need it, so maybe some got better since I last checked in on them. So what exactly are we doing? Well, we are going to try and think of simple ways things could have been rewritten in a way that at least I, in all my stupid glory, believe would be more engaging. I don't want to fully rewrite characters from the ground up because, well, at that point they aren't the same character now, are they? We're trying to fix, not, replace. Anyways, so where do we start? Ah, the boys. Now, honestly, Parvis is fine. He has his role and he plays it. Like a divorced mother getting the kids, having him doing his thing is simply natural. Especially given the story including Silence learning that zapping the child with suspicious rays is actually not meant to cure her. I'm just as shocked as you are. And how all of that relates to Silence and begins her annoying arc of self-righteousness. Now Mephisto, we can do some work on. Mephisto is a little bastard who is meant to be both a genuine threat and a petulant snot gobbler who probably spent 10 hours a day scrolling TikTok before he got infected. However, he really doesn't fulfill that first category. He has one good scene at the end of chapter 4, but besides that, he's just predictable. Him and Chen have Arknight'S most generic showdown at the end of chapter 5. Like, a 2025 isekai would probably be more nuanced. Crazy kid who had it rough and now wants to destroy everything versus grizzled hero of good. And that doesn't need to be the case. Let's add some more unpredictability to Mephisto. That chapter 4 ending, where he's got effigies littered around like a wealthy suburban family's Halloween decorations, was great. Genuinely unexpected, even showing that he's still a child and he doesn't really fully understand all of this. And then he gets to introduce Reunion's best character, which, that's gotta count for something. I think simply leaning into this manic, immature side of him that does unpredictable, fucked up shit would actually make him a more threatening enemy. It feels like we're just dabbling in it. I want to take a dive. As he is now, I hardly trust that this man could tie his own shoes without a crying breakdown and generic enemy speech. Classic loner anime hero with a sharp, cold edge. Chen is like Panda Express because she's everywhere and I have no idea why people like her. Now, Dragon Girl Battle Boss Yasuo is moving in a good direction in my opinion because we haven't seen much of her recently. My biggest gripe with Chen was her being shoved into everything, like politics and bad dragon products, as well as her being, well, boring. Chinese Dragon Kirito can stay generic as long as she's not getting inserted into every event under the sun. So what would I change? No Chen in Vernal Winds, Lin underhands her way out of trouble, no Chen in With the Firelight casts, no Chen in the events that she doesn't need to be in. And maybe she can actually grow a bit as a person, like her voice lines seem to imply in Chen Alter, but the event itself doesn't really show. Calls it? I'll say it. I was wrong about you. Not at the time, but in light of recent events, Lone Trail already started her in the right direction, but she really brought it home in battle. Still shitty and walk in the dust, but that's the cult that I didn't like. So let's toss this slot to someone else in light of other recent events. Gladia is so fucking annoying, man. She's generally a cold, relatively lifeless leader, but that ego. Slutty pants swordfish over here would make a combination of Elon Musk and Tectone look humble by comparison. This would be fine if it was ever challenged or important. This is not meant to be a villain, this is meant to be a character on my side that I like. But holy fuck, can I not root for Gladia or her stupid fucking mom, who she definitely gets it from. There's like one time at the end of Stolte when she has to even comprehend the concept that she's wrong, and it doesn't last. Make this an important recurring weakness, and it works. The character's sensible. I wouldn't love her, but that's okay. But as things stand, burn the whole fucking ocean, the Seaborn, Gladia, her mom, not Clementia though. Leave her alive. She's cool. You had it, HG, and you let her off the hook! Arturia realizes that she in fact is not a savior and instead has a mental illness, and she goes off to, start a podcast, sell dating courses, all the things people do instead of get therapy when they have problems. Instead, HG, why is she getting this, high up position in Laterano? Like, one of the most wanted criminals on the Notorious Hall's radar, and this is what you make happen here? And this is like if Edward Snowden got returned to the US and was made the director of the CIA. I was actually surprised in a good way at the end of filing Struma by what you did, HG, but alas, you had the last laugh with this stupid plotline. HG, give Surtur real lore. She's an annoying asshole, but like the only thing cool about Surtur is the whole memories potentially being related to Originium and what it does. My theory, and some other people I've talked to have similar ones, is that Originium is essentially data manifest, and all these memories are real, but memories of people who were infected turned to Originium. But then again, she could also just be hallucinating due to a lack of trolley sour gummy worms. She has no story, how should I know? So like, who actually likes mind control plots? They're such lame character work. Character isn't doing what you want, just give someone else the ability to make them. Talulah has multiple better directions her character could have gone. The classic is her having her heart hardened, like me after I walk into a Rhine Lab director's meeting. After constant failure, like an Asian parent watching their child's grade slip, Talulah tightens the ship and embraces the tyrants won't grant power unless you struggle and fight for it mentality. Or even maybe in one night of rage, she makes a mistake that she can't undo and forever stains the movement and forces her down this different path. Neither is the most unique, but we're not reinventing the wheel here. If anything, we're like adding garlic to something we're cooking. A marked improvement, but a small change. Cachet can still be the influencer he always wanted to be and play YouTube shorts in Talulah's head on repeat, but there won't be this weaselly writing trick to remove responsibility from Talulah. Just let her have fucked up on her own, HG. She's a big girl, and she can handle herself. Especially if you're gonna keep her around as a sad character that I'm supposed to feel bad for. I think I'd toss a puppy into a nuclear reactor before I felt sorry for this sad waste of potential. Oh, Holiak, lover of strangulation and being an all-around asshole. What to do to fix this irritating snake? So, firstly, if this fucking cuck is supposed to be smart, why does she do dumb, risky shit for no reason? Like, trying to fight the Tin Man was such a, pointless act. Hole had already had everything she needed set up, the Tin Man was really in no position to stop this plan, and you try a 1v1 that you have no idea if you can win? One that you literally would have lost, ruining everything if it wasn't for the world's sexiest League of Legends player briefly stopping her 20th unranked Challenger series to come outside and save your ass. Then like, a couple days later, you have the 500-foot tall wind wall to take out all the drones and military people, and like, if you could do that, how'd you lose the Glizzy Lord in the first place? And in the final act of the story, when she gets in with us, it doesn't even make sense in the first place, because the moment we get first out of her hands, the most sensible move would be to turn her over to Meleander or just get rid of her. As much as I don't like her personality and everything, I mean, the writers did Holiak dirty by just not really making her make any sense. She's just kind of fucking stupid. I also have some qualms about her plans even back in Dorothy's vision, like in short, the Moo and the suit ploy is meant for Saria to find her, that would bring her to confront Curson and keep things going how Spacebud wants, but like, if the Doctor doesn't vibes out the Moo in the suit, Saria would have turned her into a fresh elven donut. This bitch's plans make no sense, and she is one of those impossible to get along with douchebags. We all dealt with people with egos like this in high school, but like, all you get is one 30-second comeuppance that she immediately recovers from and douches it up. Like, you've been nothing but a jackass to us and the people on our side for multiple events. You're gonna need to get seriously humbled before I work with you. To bring everything together, let's first make her plans and actions more coherent, or we show her as more of a deranged risk taker. Either way, it would make her persona and actions actually make sense together, and a genuine humbling for her that could logically come from this would make her much less annoying to have as a playable character who I'm now supposed to like root for and be on the side of. Okay, Oklahoma, I get that I don't care about anything is kinda your thing, but if you're gonna be the main character in an event, we gotta change that. For about 80% of her own event, Arkansas doesn't really care what's going on. Combine this with her being able to defeat anyone who comes at her easily, and she's just not very engaging. When she's a small side character, she's not a good character, but she at least plays off the PL crew's energy and enthusiasm. But in Il Siracusano, which should be Arizona's crowning event, she's so boring. However, we can make one simple change that should at least make her a bit more engaging. Endanger Sora and the PL girls from the start. Give Montana a reason to be desperate, or even just a reason to care about what she's doing from the start. It can evolve throughout into the will to change Siracusa like in the event, but give me a reason to care about your main character. If their own story doesn't interest them, why should it interest me? Like, I can relate to her and thinking Giovanna's a baddie, I guess, but outside of that, it's hard to connect with this character. Degenbrecher has a writing issue that I see commonly among characters who can be described as overpowered, self-inserts, or Mary Sue's. Now, while I don't think the last one of those objectives applies to her, fake weaknesses are as stupid yet insidious as the average MiHoYo fan. She's clearly just not an all-muscle buffoon like some of the events try to say. She's shown as being right there with Silver Ash intellectually in the characterial manga, and her read of and deduction during scenes in both Break the Ice and Ride to Lake whatever the fuck is not indicative of a dumbass. She's clearly more than a one-on-one fighter. See her literally taking 1,000 men, and not having arts doesn't impair her. See once again the 1,000 men and her own words. To say, no, trust me, not having arts is a real weakness. What if she tries fighting a top tier like that Inspire caster? Misses, in my opinion, the most important part of a character weakness. That it matters. You could also apply this weakness to like 99.9% of characters in Arknights, but you wouldn't because it's irrelevant, and they already have real weaknesses. Like, literally any nation's baseline soldiers would fold Golden Glow like a damn lawn chair. But when asked about her weaknesses, you can immediately think of things like that she's meek, naive, lacks control of her emotions and her arts. The fact that she'd get bodied by the world's super soldiers doesn't matter contextually because she's not in a spot where she's up against a regular enlisted man, let alone elites. Degen can clap everything she realistically has to face, arts or otherwise. Even when the Ride to Lake Skibbity whore attempts to glaze the Trilby Asher constantly, it doesn't ever actually show him as a threat. But it does, very briefly, show a glimpse of a single weakness of Degen. Her physicality betrays emotion relatively easily. That's a good scene. Let's make that more important. Let's do that more often. Now, as for those promised couple of simple changes, let's first add more banter between Degen, Rich Boy, and Andrew Tate's biggest fan. I mean, that trio should play off each other and shine more than they do. You could make her be the type to get heated easily, where she'll wear her heart on her sleeve when she's angry. Or why not actually put someone forth she can't solo? Could be the cracked-ass caster that actually makes her lack of arts a real weakness, and becomes someone that she has to get a little help to beat, giving just a scenario where she can't be a force of nature, but one where she can still carry the brunt of everything. She can still carry the fight, but one that she doesn't just win by default by showing up. I don't honestly know what to do here. Fixing Nearl is like fixing a Hello Kitty girl. There's so much wrong at such a deep level that the solution feels virtually impossible. Nearl is the only character in Arknights that I would straight up call a Mary Sue. She has no weaknesses, overcomes any problems no matter what, everyone good likes her, respects her, everyone bad hates her. The whole world, the very continuity of it, bends to her needs. So without making a major change, what we already have is probably a lost cause. Maybe we could do something surrounding perhaps her losing the major and some fallout from that, or some fallout from the infected figuring out that a rich kid is wearing their condition without actually living it. Like, she's just gonna get instantly forgiven by all of the poor and downtrodden for this? Really? But while the past is done, the future can be changed. That's fucking profound. What if next time we see Casimir's and Nearl, she's coming to grips with the reality of the world and its many shades of gray. The reality that the nobility are actually a class of privileged wealthy who abuse the poor for their own gain just like the corporations are now, instead of the perfect chivalrous angels she imagines them as. That her uninfected ass still can't fully grasp the plight of the infected. She's never struggled the way the characters like the Pinus Girls have. Something that makes the world feel like it doesn't revolve around her. Issues that doesn't feel like the world itself bends to give her answers to. Honestly, I've discussed my problems with Nearl plenty, and I don't feel like discussing it all again. Now, my solution for improvement is very simple. Next time we see Casimir's, make Nearl face reality. Don't warp the reality so that she always finds the best outcome. Encourage sacrifices, show that sometimes she'll have to do things she's not proud of to get where she needs to go. Essentially, being a good person doesn't mean being perfect and being bowed down to for it. Mary Sue's are a bad person's idea of what it means to be a good person. Making tough choices doesn't make you a bad person. It makes you a person. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go think about a real good character in Arknights. Roingis. Thanks for watching. Again, this is all just things that I would like more and find more engaging. If you like the characters how they are and think my ideas are stupid, that's okay. I mean, it's me saying these things. Don't take the perspective of an idiot too seriously if you don't want to. If you are interested in changing characters though, I'm interested to see in the comments, like let me know what characters you'd add some tweaks to. I'm very interested to see what the community thoughts on this are.